Now at 5, what's coming next with a big road project in Joplin Plus?
A verdict in the trial of the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. I'm Natalie Brand in Brunswick, Georgia, with reaction outside the courthouse.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Drivers in the southwest corner of Joplin are about to see some major road work over the next 2 years. KOAM's Chris Warner joins us live with more on just what's going on.
We're on West 32nd Street in Joplin at the intersection of Central City Road, where a widening project from Schifferdecker to here is about to take place. Now, we've kept you up to date on the project since it was announced earlier this year. In that time, utility relocation has been taking place, and city officials say it's now time for the big work to start. Starting December 1st, crews will begin clearing trees along 32nd Street in preparation of heavier work set to begin later in December.
You know, if you've driven out there, it's a roller coaster, and so there's a lot of dirt being moved. You know, cutting the high hills off and filling in the low valleys.
The plan is to widen 32nd Street to 3 lanes with the option to be able to expand it to 5 lanes as the area continues to grow. And of course, a project this big can't happen without some road closures. So tonight at 6, we're going to hear a little more about the project and about some of those upcoming road closures that you need to know about. Reporting live from 32nd and Central City, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Chris, thanks. Here's some road work for you. A lot more than a pothole. A large sinkhole has forced authorities to close Jung Boulevard between Central City and Black Cat Road in Joplin. The Special Road District believes a mine shaft is apparently open beneath the road. Crews are working to fill it. A lot of folks may be already cooking this year's Thanksgiving dinner, and the Pittsburgh Fire Department wants to make sure people know what to do in case of an emergency. Fire Chief Dennis Riley says they usually see emergencies around Thanksgiving. They often have to do with attempting to fry a turkey, and he says it's important to follow instructions when unfamiliar with cooking on Thanksgiving.
Is number one, stay within your skills. So if you have not made a big Thanksgiving meal before, don't let today be the day that you try to do that.
We're going to have more Thanksgiving safety tips for you tonight at 6. Boy, it has been windy out there. Doug Heddy.
Yeah, this is a leisure trash can type of day. Winds we've had gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour at times throughout the day. We've been socked in with the clouds all day long, and as we work through the evening hours, we're going to start to see these showers popping up. Already a few random light little sprinkles, but nothing that is amounting to much. But these showers will continue to increase, especially along and south of the I-44 corridor as we go through the evening hours. Let's go through time, just kind of hit and miss showers over the next few hours, and then they really increase right along Interstate 44 after about 8 or 9 p.m. and then really kind of solidify as they push east. So if you live north of Interstate 44, you're just going to have a few sprinkles, a few random showers. The more persistent rain, even some thunderstorms south of Interstate 44. How's this going to affect your Thanksgiving? We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you then. A Georgia jury has reached a verdict in the trial of 3 men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery last year. Natalie Brand reports from Brunswick, Georgia.
Malice murder.
There was a brief outburst in the courtroom as the judge read the verdicts.
Guilty.
And cheering as word reached the crowd outside.
Count 4.
Travis McMichael found guilty of malice murder in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. He, his father Gregory McMichael, and a third defendant, William Roddy Bryan, were all convicted of felony murder.
Greg McMichael, guilty.
The verdict today was a verdict based on the facts.
Yes.
Based on the evidence.
Yes.
And that was our goal, was to bring that to that jury so that they could do the right thing.
This is the scene outside the Glynn County Courthouse shortly after the verdict was read. Demonstrators who have been here since the start of the trial have called for justice for Ahmaud Arbery.
I've been here 30 years. 30 years. And to get this outcome right now, it's a blessing.
Arbery's mother thanked her supporters.
It's been a long fight. It's been a hard fight, but God is good.
The defense had argued their clients chased Arbery to make a citizen's arrest, believing he had committed a crime, but there was no evidence to support that assumption. The defense called the verdict sad and disappointing.
But we also recognize that this is a day of celebration for the Arbery family. We cannot tear our eyes away from the way that they feel about this.
The three defendants all face life in prison. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Brunswick, Georgia.
Neither Brian nor the older McMichael testified during the trial. Just ahead, a touching story of family, a lost memory, and a newfound beginning.
A new mom's fierce battle with COVID-19 is lending special meaning to this Thanksgiving. I'm Naomi Ruckham with her remarkable story of survival.
And later, a warning for online holiday shoppers. Topping today's Health Watch, 1 in 5 people ignored healthcare issues during the pandemic, even skipping treatment for potentially urgent symptoms like chest pain and heart palpitations. That's the findings of a new study of people 40 and older published in PLOS Medicine. Fear of contracting COVID was a factor in why people avoided the doctor. Researchers found those most likely to neglect health problems were women, people with poor health, and those suffering from depression and anxiety. Researchers say they found a new link between obesity and diabetes and the risk of developing breast cancer. A report in the Boston University School of Medicine shows a type of vesicle in the body called exosomes make breast cancer more severe and more resistant to treatment. A California mother is full of gratitude this Thanksgiving after her fight with COVID-19 nearly ended her life. Naomi Ruckham shows us how this new mom continues to battle severe complications, but is making strides for her husband and young daughter.
Ready, man?
For Amy Yamaguchi, a walk around her home with her husband and daughter is a gift.
Just so much to be thankful for. And I love that this has opened my eyes to what's really important in life.
Last December, at 36 weeks pregnant, the 35-year-old was diagnosed with COVID-19. With her lungs deteriorating, she needed an emergency C-section, and their daughter Marin was born.
For me, at the beginning, everything was the unknown, which was terrifying.
And it was only the beginning. Amy's lungs were failing, and she had to be transferred to Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles.
It was a scary thought, but I always knew Amy would be home.
But that homecoming wouldn't happen for months. Doctors called for a Hail Mary pass, and Amy was placed on an ECMO machine.
We pumped her blood out of her body, put it through an artificial lung, put oxygen into it, and then pumped that blood back into her body.
Amy was in a coma for 5 months, and eventually she needed a double lung transplant. The surgery was complicated, and she suffered a series of mini strokes. When she woke up, she remembered nothing from the last 5 years of her life.
I had no recollection of Marin being born. My husband, Danny, I thought was just a good, he must have a crush on me because he's always in here.
But out of the dark confusion came light when Amy got to meet Marin for the first time.
It's the best therapy. And it's made me stronger in the fact that I can pick her up now, I can hold her.
Ma.
Though Amy still has some physical challenges, her doctors believe she will live a long and healthy life.
I'm really just looking forward to being with family.
And creating new memories during this first Thanksgiving as a family. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Amy's transplant was the first COVID-19 related lung transplant at Cedars-Sinai. Since then, doctors there have performed several more. Prior to the pandemic, surgeons did not perform transplants for patients on ECMO because they were considered too high risk. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to tell you how to enjoy your holiday feast with your pets.
Plus some showers, even a few random thunderstorms developing over the next few hours. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, another nice day temperature-wise, but we didn't see much in the way of sunshine. Clouds have been sticking around all day long, but temps into the mid-60s during the afternoon. We're still holding into lower 60s, and we're really going to hold fairly steady until our cold front rolls through a little bit later on tonight. Then it's going to become quite a bit cooler by the time we head into the daytime hours for us tomorrow. But you can see temperatures cooling down back toward the west and to our north. You're in the 30s and then 40s and 50s as our front is right in our northwestern counties, continuing to slide off toward the south into the east. Now ahead of it, very windy for us today, super windy. We've had winds anywhere from 20 to 30 and gusts much higher than that. As the front approaches, the winds are dying down just a little bit, but you can see the front now just working in to our northwestern counties, and that will fire off some showers, even a few random little thunder showers as we go through the evening hours. Currently outside, 63 southwesterly winds at 10. Humidity is at about 70%. Through the evening hours, we hold into the upper 50s to near 60, and then by midnight we start dropping and eventually down into low to mid 30s later on tonight, so quite a bit colder than what we have seen over the past couple days. Just a lot of clouds right now. There are a few random little sprinkles trying to get going. This is not a big deal. These are very light, so it's not causing any traveling issues for this evening. Starting to pick up just a little bit northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and these will continue to kind of develop, but I think most of the rain tonight is going to be along and south of Interstate 44. The farther north you live, you may not get anything at all. Maybe just a few sprinkles, and that will be just about it. So these are really going to line up right along I-44 and then work off toward the east. Big system, real estate wise, not a strong system. You can see it doesn't have much in the way of moisture to work with. All right, let's go through time over the next couple hours. You can see showers, a few thunder showers starting to pop up, a majority of it along and south of I-44. That's where the heavy rain is going to be. Here's 10:30, and then by 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, most of it is gone. We start to clear out by morning. We drop down into the 30s, and then we struggle to warm up tomorrow. We're going to get sunshine as we go into the afternoon hours, but temperatures are really going to struggle to warm up. Then we go down into the mid-20s tomorrow night, but we'll get southerly winds back by Friday, and that's going to help our temperatures rebound back into the 50s for afternoon highs. Rainfall again, north of I-44, maybe 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch, but once you get along and south of Interstate 44, we're looking at about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. All right, here's your forecast for Thanksgiving. If you are getting up early, for the people that want to do it in Joplin, there's the turkey trot. I don't know why you would want to do that. 34 at 6 a.m., 37 at 9, and then 39 by noon. I think with some sunshine, we get into lower 40s at best, and maybe 41, 42 for a high tomorrow. So quite a bit cooler. But then look at the weekend, back to 61 Saturday, 54 on Sunday.
I can certainly understand why some turkeys might want to be
trot
trotting
away, yeah.
Yeah, but for the rest of us, maybe not.
Yeah.
Next time. Coming up, a scam warning for online shoppers. First, though, we recognize a local World War II veteran. Miami, Oklahoma native Leonard Tunnell served in the U.S. Army stationed in Europe. His medals include a Purple Heart, and we are proud to salute Captain Leonard Tunnell, a four-state hero. In today's Consumer Watch, global supply chain bottlenecks are making things difficult for holiday shoppers. According to one survey, 77% of American adults say they've experienced product-related shopping problems. Nearly half of those were for items that were either out of stock or back-ordered. And to make things worse, scammers are taking advantage of these difficulties by setting up fake websites. Reporter Anna Werner has some tips on how to avoid those scams.
Iowa high school senior Jace Leniger likes music, in particular artist Billie Eilish. So when the singer-songwriter released her new album over the summer, he decided to buy himself a birthday gift of some of her new merchandise on what looked like her bona fide website.
I started looking around and shopping.
He bought a bundle he'd seen on Instagram with a sweatshirt, poster, and other items. Price tag about $100. But when the transaction hit his bank account, he says it showed some $79, which he found suspicious.
And so after that, I started to look up the website, look up reviews on the website, and there were over like 1,000 people reviewing this website saying it's a scam, don't buy it, I haven't got my stuff in over half a year.
So what has happened in terms of your money and your merchandise?
Well, I don't have the merchandise or my money.
He's just one of thousands of consumers who say they've lost money to scammers posing as legitimate online retailers.
we have seen a 2,000% increase over the past 3 months, driven by the supply chain issues that are in this country today.
LexisNexis Risk Solutions CEO Haywood Talcove says that equals over 5,000 fake sites, up from just 100 or so earlier this year, as criminals take advantage of consumers' need for products now in short supply.
What's happening is when you go to some of the big box stores, they don't have the toy that you want in stock. And then you Google it, and then you find this really boutique company that is offering the bicycle that your daughter wants. And you think, you know what, I'm gonna get it. It really isn't a company. It's a front for a transnational criminal group.
And Dave Hollister with the Secret Service Cyber Fraud Task Force says those criminals' fake sites, typically launched from overseas, are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
They learn as they go, just like you and I. It's their job.
But examine sites closely, he says, and there are often tip-offs, misspellings, grammar mistakes, links on the page that don't work, and a refusal to accept credit cards.
These websites will often only ask for payment via a wire service, such as PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. Places that where the transaction is put through, those monies are gone. And it's very unlikely, almost impossible for the consumer to get their money back.
It's like a virus. It just spreads. It doesn't stop until the consumers stop falling for the trick.
Anna Werner, CBS News, New York.
Talcove with LexisNexis estimates consumers will have $20 billion stolen by the end of the holiday season. Our Pet Vet on Call next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, reaction to the guilty verdicts in the trial of 3 men accused in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Then on KOAM News at 6, more on that big street widening project in Joplin and what it'll mean for drivers. Plus, we visit a Southwest Missouri restaurant going the extra mile to make sure families get Thanksgiving meals. And a struggle to find homes for refugees in Missouri. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. A lot of us will have plenty of leftovers after our Thanksgiving meal tomorrow, and the humans in the family are not the only ones whose mouths will be watering. Today's question for our Pet Vet on Call: what holiday foods are safe to share with my pets?
The pure foods, like meat that is not heavenly seasoned or cured. No sausage, no ham. And vegetables, there again, not heavenly seasoned or mixed with condimenty sauces like mayonnaise, mustard, dressings. Those are all very, very irritating to dogs and can make them sick. Here's my advice, and this works really well. Get a couple bites of meat, maybe a couple spoonfuls of vegetables, and a couple tablespoons of turkey juice, not gravy, the juice, and mix it with their food. They will love the treat and you will both enjoy the feast.
Hey, we invite questions from anyone. If you have one, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week from the Joplin Humane Society. We've chosen this beautiful adult male husky mix named Eagle. And we have an adult female domestic short hair cat, also a beauty. Her name is Lemon. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? So do the pet a favor on this Thanksgiving, and my goodness, there are a lot of great pets there.
Yeah, there really are, all over the place.
The weather, windy, and tonight rainy.
Yeah, some showers, even a few thunderstorms, especially along and south of Interstate 44. But these are going to be gone by morning, but you're going to feel the cold front. We're going to struggle to get back into lower 40s for highs tomorrow, but then we rebound pretty good Friday and Saturday.
So you're saying we're going cold turkey tomorrow?
Yes, we are.
Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we will be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.